We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
I keep my prices as fair as I can afford.
You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melve, the citizens of Burnworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your majesty would do better to ask this of the Regentkin. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regentkin. Let us aid him however we may.
Of course.
Pray, speak with the Regent-King, your majesty. His Grace has kept order here in the city ever since the false sovereign vanished. If the people would heed anyone, I believe 'tis him.
More must be urged to evacuate.
We ought to choose our next destination based on the movement of the clouds.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you. I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
I find myself hard-pressed. Best mind yourself in my presence, sir.
This is more than I bargained for.
No easy answers here. I dare say the entire court's turned its back on Disa. It must be a trying time for the young Regentkin.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melve. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses. Would you be so kind as to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for the use of his carts in the evacuation? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Ill behavior will earn you a brigand's courtesy.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health. Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health.
Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you, but I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. Do with me as you will. I care not what befalls me now.
Yes? This was in Mother's room. I did wonder where it had gotten off to. But why would she... There's aught inside. 'Tis a... letter. Might you excuse me? I would speak with Mother. Mayhap there is hope of changing her mind yet. All she did, all the scheming, all the plots, 'twas all for me, you see. So I cannot leave her to her fate. Would you be so kind as to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for the use of his carts in the evacuation? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this one. I'll make a living if I get myself in. Such quietude is a blessing. Back to it.
Quiet at last. It is our duty.
A welcome respite. All that. This place is awful dull. Can't complain on it. I'd sooner stay out in vanity, where it's possible. I'll make a living if I get myself injured.
Oh, there's something written here.
Shall we take a closer look?
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them. As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them.
I'm not taking any passengers just now, sir.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for? I'm not risking my life for a pittance.
We shall remain here.
I'm in fine fashion.
Mayhap I'll come here when
This
I
is
taste
quite
myself
a
in sod
quandary.
there once I'm on dinner.
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided, had I only been more attentive. If I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
The throne and its powers hold no meaning in a broken world.
Thank you.
Best mind yourself in my presence, sir.
Gentle scratch on my arms and armor.
Is it my life? I am
A fine place to sit and